initially you will give a query. Okay, you will give a so what is this relevance feedback? Okay, an initial query will be given. Am I right? What is the initial query? The query is going to be Q naught. Okay, so this query is going to identify and retrieve certain results. Okay, retrieve search results. Okay, so this is the second step. Now what we are going to do is you are going to ask the user who has given this initial query. So there will be online user will be there. Okay, there is going to be one online user who is going to going to launch this simple query to a search engine. The search engine in return, it will retrieve the result. Okay, now we are asking the user to give feedback. Okay, you're asking the online user, you is going to be the online user who given this query to give the feedback on how relevant the document which are retrieved. Document in the sense the web documents, the links, okay, the images, the text data, the video, whatever it may be. Okay, you are getting the feedback from your user to estimate how far the search result is aligning with the, that means how far the search result is relevant to the query which was triggered by the user. And based upon the relevance feedback, we are not going to modify the search result. Instead, you are going to modify the query itself. Okay, try to understand. You can think like based upon the feedback, the results will get changed. No, it is not the functionality that we are going to see here. Instead of changing the search results, we are going to fine tune. I will just tell it in another words. We are going to fine tune. Okay, you are going to fine tune the initial query as a modified query, that is QM. Now, once again, this particular modified query will be given as the, and it will be considered as the initial query. The modified query will be given as a feedback to this initial query. Okay, and it will modify the initial query with the new modified query, and accordingly the results will be obtained. Okay, so this is how the relevance feedback system will work. Okay, so with this idea, we'll see how we are going to apply certain algorithms using this. That's what we have seen in the last class. You see over here, the user is giving an initial query. Okay, he is giving some initial query, and then based upon the initial query, we are getting some initial results for those query. Now what we are going to do? We are going to ask the user who shooted that query to asking him to find which are all the documents which is relevant, and which are all the documents which he finds to be irrelevant for his current search. It is not a thing like all these things are not relevant to bike. For his particular search requirement, these search results are identified to be non-relevant, and these green colored, okay, green colored grids are identified to be relevant for his search. Now, what we are going to do here is, after the relevance feedback, okay, after the relevance feedback, what we are going to do here is we are going to modify the query itself. Okay, modifying the query itself in order to find the relevance, find the results after the modified query QM. So Q0 is the initial query. After the initial query which has been fine tuned, you are performing the modified query, and this modified query is going to take as the this is going to be identified as the initial query, and this will get iteratively, it will continue until a point where the user is identifying majority of the queries are, majority of the results are going to be relevant. Okay, so this is feedback relevant system. We have seen types of feedbacks in the last class, right? Implicit feedback, explicit feedback we have seen, and then pseudo feedback. So several feedback systems are available. So now in today's class we will see one of its kind, Rocio algorithm. Okay, so you see over here, a user is launching the initial query. Okay, and here, as a search result, the user is identifying several documents, and he is labeling the document as relevant and non-relevant. Okay, X is the non-relevant and O is the relevant document. Now what we are going to do here is, we are identifying the places where majority of the relevant document is available in our plane. Okay, so now this Q naught is going to get modified as the query. Okay, for example, this is going to be cat. Cat is my query. Now these are all the documents which is relevant to cat foods. Okay, cat videos. Okay, cat cat animal. Okay, and then cartoons relevant to Tom and Jerry. Okay, some of its kind, Tom and Jerry, something. See, these are the documents which I found to be relevant. The user U is identifying it as relevant. So now what I'm going to change it as is cat. I will find another term along with this. I will modify the query by either modifying the term itself, or I can concatenate along with cat. If I'm going to identify it as cat pet. Okay, I'm just identifying a word pet which is majority. Okay, it is going to be predominantly, it is going to be available in all the relevant document which I found to be most relevant in the given retrieved document. So now the initial query Q is going to be cat, and now the modified query is cat, and I'm finding a term pet. Okay, which is the modified query. Okay, because this, if I search for this particular query, if I search for this particular term cat pet, I will be identifying more number of relevant document which I might, for example, this is going to be some relevant to cat exam. Okay, and then cat exam schedule, something like that. The same cat, okay, is going to be there, but this cat pet will give me to identify that is relevant to some animal. Okay, pet cat that I am representing. So like that, you are fine tuning the query so that, although here if you see over here, you are getting some relevant document. Okay, but the number of non-relevant document, the proportion is not balanced. You see here, I am finding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 relevant document, but I see more than 6, greater than 6 number of non-relevant documents are there. How to avoid those non-relevant documents? Now what I am going to do, my query is going to become cat pet. In this second iteration, what will happen? I will find out more number of documents which is relevant to cat pet, so that I can avoid these. I can avoid this non-relevant document which has been identified in the previous step, can be ignored. Now I will find more number of documents which are relevant to cat, cat pet, cat foods. Okay, and then like that we can find more number of relevant documents. So this is what our relevance feedback system is. So now we'll go for a problem. Okay, so in the last class I have told you what is this Rocio algorithm. Okay, so what is this Rocio algorithm? How we can compute this? What is this QM? This is going to be the modified query. Okay, this is the modified query. Q naught is the initial query. Okay, initial query. Now, what are the two activities the user is going to do? He is going to identify the set of known relevant document and known irrelevant document. Okay, so that is called as DR and DNR. Okay, DR is the number of known relevant documents which is identified by the online user, and DR is the known irrelevant document, that is DNR. So this is going to be DN and DNR. What is beta, alpha, gamma? Alpha, beta and gamma. These are all the query weights. Okay, the weights that we are going to set empirically in order to avoid zero saturation value. The modified query should not be null. In order to avoid such zero value result, we are just putting these weights. We are going to apply some weights in order to boost up and enhance the modified query. Okay. And what is this DJ, everything over here? In the relevant document, what are all the document vectors that is available? In the non-relevant, what are all the document vectors which are available? Vectors is nothing but the term frequency they are going to give it over here. Okay, so now this is the algorithm of using this. This is the formula behind this Roche algorithm. Okay, this formula itself is an algorithm only. Okay, so now we'll go for a problem. Okay, so based on that, we will see one problem. Okay, so let me give over here. Okay, so this is going to be the query. For example, this is in the last class we have seen one thing now. Yes, we are having it here. Okay, I think we have left it over here in the last class. I'll just start from here. So your vocabulary will be given to you. So this is going to be your vector values. Okay, so you'll be having vocabulary will be given to you. Okay, and their vector values will be identified in the original query. Okay, Q naught is the initial query. The query is 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Sometimes they will give you the sentence itself. Okay, cat run. This is going to be the sentence that they have given to you. So what you have to do, you just put it, you just convert this and fit it into your vocabulary. Okay, so where it is cat is 1, run is there, run is 1, other than are 0, 0, 0. So this is going to be the initial query. So 1, 0, 1, 0, 0 is the initial query. Okay, and then we have by posting this query, the search engine is identifying certain documents. Okay, it is identifying one of its document which contains 2 run, 2 lion and 1 cat word in it. Okay, and the user is identifying another document as non-relevant. The first document he is identifying it as relevant. The second document that is second page, web page, like that you assume. Okay, the second page is identified to be a non-relevant. R means relevant, N or NR, like that they will say. Okay, so N is going to be non-relevant. So it contains 2 run, 1 cat and 3 program. So this is what they have find the relevant or non-relevant. They have converted this into a vector space model. Okay, that means converting this vocabulary, they are just affixing with the vector values of based upon the term frequency. Okay, so now what is the value of relevant document? One relevant document is there and one non-relevant document is there. So your denominator will become 1, 1. Then you just check in the problem itself, you will be given the value of alpha and beta. Okay, so alpha is identified to be the positive feedback weight. Okay, and beta is going to be the negative feedback weight. Okay, always remember the value of negative weight should always be lesser than the value of the positive feedback, because we will give majority of the weightage will be given for positive feedback. We will not give that much weightage for the negative feedback. So if we are giving more priority for the positive feedback, it is obvious that you will be finding more number of relevant documents. So in that particular assumption, they are always following this particular beta should always be lesser than gamma. Okay, so now we will apply over here. what is the question which is given to you is they are asking you to find out the vector values of the modified query. So this is the initial query they have given. They are asking what will be the vector value of the modified query. Okay, how you can, what will be the fine-tuned query in order to enhance the search result to find more number of relevant document. Okay, so now we'll see over there. So what is the formula? Q naught plus alpha. What is the value of alpha given? 1.0. So 1.0. We know the number of relevant document is only one document they have given. So 1 divided by 1. So you just ignore that 1 divided by 1 minus. What is actually happening here? From the positive feedback, you are trying to subtract the negative feedback. See, from the relevant document, you are subtracting the non-relevant document. Okay, minus 0.5 is going to be beta divided by 1 into the document vector for relevant. This is for relevant, this is non-relevant. Okay, so now how to compute that? What is the value of Q naught? You just write it over its vector values 10100. So that is going to be your original query. Okay, what is alpha? Alpha is 1.0. What is the vectors values for the relevant? You have 22100. 22100 minus 0.5 into 20100. So that is going to be non-relevant document. So you just multiply inside over there. Just multiply inside over there. Okay, and then you just solve this entire thing. 1 plus 2 minus okay, so we just calculate these values 3.5, 2.5. Okay, so you will get 2 to 1.0, 0 minus 1.5. Okay, so now you have to evaluate this result. Okay, so what is this actually? You have 2 number of run. Okay, and then 2 number of lion, and then 1.5 number of cats, and 0 for dog, and then minus 1.5. So you ignore that. Okay, that means minus means this is purely non-relevant. This particular term is purely non-relevant to the initial query. So you just ignore this. Okay, so in this you just 0 means this is also not relevant. Okay, you just take only the positive values, which is non-zero, and negative numbers are going to get ignored. So the prominent terms that you can put upon the modified query is 2 run, 2 lion, and 1.5 cat. So this is the modified query. Okay, so this is how, if you have been given a vocabulary, instead of vocabulary, sometimes some sentence will be given to you. Instead of this relevant and non-relevant document, instead of this vector value, a sentence or a small set of statement will be given to you. Okay, there you have to, you will be given this positive and negative feedback. In case if positive alpha and beta is not given, you make the assumption so that the value of alpha should be always greater than beta. Okay, in some cases, in case if it is going to be 50-50 in all the cases. Okay, if I'm giving you 6 document, 3 is relevant and 3 is non-relevant. If I take some, that is a problem we always face in case of this relevant and non-relevant document. In case if you are going with some even number of documents, there is a possibility of 50-50 cases. In case if you are going with some odd number of documents means, surely you can identify 1, 2. So any one of the number will be high when you are going with even number of documents. So always remember, if you have been given some task like identifying this relevant and non-relevant, you can assume like you have some odd number of documents always, because you will get the maximum in any one of the classification, either non-relevant or relevant, so that this process will be very easy. In case if you have this as a even number, what we can do? Okay, so at such cases we can drop this condition. You can make alpha is equal to beta is equal to 1. In case if you find it 50-50, in all the cases, whenever a user is judging the document, he is judging it as 50% relevant and 50% non-relevant. So at such cases, okay, if you want to proceed with this Roadshow feedback algorithm, at the time you can set the value of alpha and beta as 1. There is no form of violation in this Roadshow feedback algorithm. Okay, so we can see another example. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, one question. Could you please take back to the slide again?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, how could you tell me once again how did you find the value for mod R and mod NR?
See, mod R and mod NR is nothing but number of relevant document they have given over here. Okay, so in case if the in the problem itself, if they are mentioning the number of relevant and non-relevant document. Okay, for example, out of 5, 3 is relevant and 2 is non-relevant, means you put the value of mod of R as 3 is relevant, 2 is non-relevant, means you just make the denominator as 3, okay, and 2 over here, and you substitute and make and solve the problem. Okay, so in case if the document numbers is not specified, see in this problem, relevant document, they have given only one set of, in one single document, they are identifying 2 run, 2 lion, 2 cat, that is 1 cat. Okay, so this is assumed to be one document. So one relevant and one non-relevant. So you just put the cardinality of it. That is cardinality means this is the cardinality. Okay, the number of relevant document is first document is relevant. The second document 1 is also is a non-relevant document. So you just substitute the value of R and NR as 1 1. Okay, I will show another example where you will have divided by 2 or something like that. I will show. And we do have, see over here, see 2 relevant documents are being found. See, they have given 2 document vector values are being given. So this is the initial query. You got it? Initial query is being given to you. So 2 relevant document. See, this is going to be first document. Is going to be the query. This in document, relevant document D1. Okay, I would have another document D2. In this document, you have 2 number of cat 0 0, 1 number of run and 0 program. Okay, in this document you have 0 2 0 1 0 like that. Do you understand? This is relevant. Non-relevant, this is N. This is also another document. This is D2. In this document I have 0 1 0 1 2. So if my vocabulary is, I'll just take cat, apple, run, program, program lion. So this is the vocabulary that I am taking. 10100. So my question is, my query is cat run is the query. You got it? Okay. So in the first document it is 2 cat. Okay. 1 program is there. Okay. In the second document I do have 2 apple. 1 program is there. Okay. So in this particular document, 1 apple, 1 program, 2 line is there. You understand? So now tell me what is the cardinality of R? It is 2. Yes. See, the alpha value and beta value is given to you. So now you apply Q naught. Okay, what is the value of alpha? Alpha 0.3. Okay, so what is the vector value? It is going to be 1 comma. So this, you just add these two values. 2 plus, see, you just add these two things. Okay, you'll get 2 comma 2 comma 0 comma 2 comma 0. Am I right? By adding this two relevant value divided by 2, because 2 is the number of relevant document. Do you got it? Okay, so it will be 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 0 comma 1 comma 0. You just put it over here. Okay, so for non-relevant document, what is the cardinality of NR? It is going to be only 1. So divided by 1. Okay, 0.1 is going to be the negative feedback multiplied by this. So you will get, you just add it all along with each other. So you will get 1.3, 0.2, 1, 0.2 minus 0.2. So it obvious that this should not be included. Okay, so you can take all other values. This is going to be the modified query vector. Okay, dear students, do you understand this? Yes?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so I'll just go, yes, okay. Thank you. I will just go for the next query. Okay, so your initial query is given to me. The query is cheap CDs, cheap DVDs, extremely cheap CDs. So some query has been given. Okay, this is the initial query. This is Q naught is given to you. Now the user examines the documents which have been retrieved. Okay, document D1, D2. Okay, so she is judging D1 as the relevant. Okay, D1 as relevant, and the content in D2 content is non-relevant. Okay, try to understand. D1 is relevant. Okay, D2 is not relevant. Okay, so the number of relevant is 1, number of non-relevant is also 1. So now what is happening here? So you have to convert the given document into the term frequency vector model. Okay, very simple. You just identify the terms: cheap, okay, CDs, DVDs, extremely, software, thrill. Okay, you just take the prominent words, remove all the connecting words, remove the is, was, I, there, am, like that. Some connecting words you just ignore. Take only the terms which you identify to be prominent. Okay, so Q naught, you take what is the number of occurrences in Q naught. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 times this term occurs. CD occurs 2 times. DVDs occurs 1 times. Extremely occurs 1 time. Software occurs 0, 0. Now, in document 1, what was the thing she identified? CDs, cheap software, cheap CDs. Accordingly, you just put the number of term frequency. Cheap occurs 2 times in the first document. Series, this is the first document. Okay, and this is the second document. Okay, second document, cheap thrills DVDs. Okay, cheap thrill DVDs. So 111. Now you apply the Roche algorithm. What was the question they are asking? Using Roche feedback algorithm, what would be the revised query vector be after relevance feedback? Assume alpha, beta, gamma as 0.25. Now we will have a doubt. What is this gamma? Okay, so we have two types of Roche algorithm query will be there. You see over here. In this algorithm, we will have a boosting parameter for the initial query also. That is possibility. So alpha can be applied along with the initial query also. This is going to be relevant feedback. This is going to be non-relevant feedback. Actually, what you are doing along with the initial query, you are adding the relevant feedback and you are subtracting the non-relevant feedback. Okay, so in order to avoid zero value condition, we are assigning the weights along with every calculation. For positive feedback also, you are multiplying it with the weight. For negative feedback also, you are applying the weight, and for the initial query also, you can apply the weight. So at that time, you can use alpha for the initial query weight, beta as the positive, and gamma as the negative. So this is one type of problem. Another type of problem is they will ignore this. They will ignore this initial query, assuming that the initial query is strong enough to give a modified query. Strong enough means what? The query is relevant. And most of the time, the initial query will be almost, it will have some relevance with the result. Okay. For example, if you're searching for some sort of long sentence, okay, in Google, it will not return anything. It will tell this particular item is not found. So such a type of query you should not give. Okay, so we have a basic assumption that the initial query will always have some relevance with the search results. Okay, So this is what our problem of inclusion. Okay, so alpha is given, beta is given, and gamma is given to you. So what is the value of alpha? Usually, I think they are assuming it, right? So the value of alpha is 1, beta is 0. This is for positive and gamma is for negative. So we have a Roche algorithm, alpha q naught plus beta into positive feedback minus gamma into what is gamma? Gamma into negative feedback. So what is the value of alpha? 1. So 1 into q naught plus 0.75 into d1 minus 0.25 into d2. So you just do this 3 plus 0.5 multiplied by uh, d1, that is 2. Okay, plus you just put it for all the vectors. Okay, for all the vectors, you just in the previous step we have taken it in this vector form, right? Now here we are having it in our table format. So what is happening here? 3 is your q naught plus 0.75 multiplied by what is the value of d1? 2 minus 0.25 is going to be your negative feedback. Okay, multiplied by what is the value of d2? That is going to be 1. So you just solve this, you'll get 4.25. Okay, in the same way you just apply the value of these values in this formula, you'll get 3.5, 0.75, 1, 0.750. So what is this actually? We're getting 4.25, 3.5, okay, 0.75, 1, 0.75, comma 0. Now, is there any negative feedback? Is there? No. But we have a zero value. So thrills is not going to be a suitable term. So other than that, what is the most prominent word which can be modified? It can be modified as cheap. Okay, this is going to be CD, and the next highest is going to be extremely, and the next same level of modified query can be DVD and software. So you can ignore the less values and you can take the values which are prominent, which can be observed for the modified query, or you can take this term along with this. That is also possible. So what could be the term? Cheap, series, and then extremely. Okay. So this is how you can identify the revised query vector based upon the initial query. Okay, I hope I have given the some problem solutions we have seen. Okay, so now we will see one small question. Okay, at which situation the value of q naught and the value of the modified query could be the same? Okay, the initial query and the modified query are the same. Okay, under what condition would the modified query q1 be the same as the original query? Okay, in all cases, QM closer to Q naught, the centroid of the relevant documents. In such cases, okay, when this particular case will arise. Okay, so when we are taking this particular question, okay, when we can able to make this as particular, so is giving up some constant k, and this is also going to give you some constant k, okay, and the value of alpha is going to be 1. So at such situations we can find the modified query and the initial query can be the same. But practically, okay, we always have an assumption that the value of your positive feedback, assuming beta is the positive feedback, okay, is always greater than the negative feedback. Okay, so in case if you have to find on which condition the initial query and the modified query should be the same, because k minus k 0, 1 into q naught plus 0 is equal to qm. So at a particular point where the positive feedback and negative feedback are going to give you the same 50-50. For example, this is also giving me positive feedback as 5 and this is also giving me the positive feedback as 5. Same constant should be there. Okay, 5 minus 5 0. Alpha into q naught, alpha is 1. So 1 into q naught. So the modified query will be the initial query. Okay, so this type of cases may also arise, which is one of the condition in our Roche algorithm. Okay, so now we will see what are all the relevant and non-relevant feedback condition. Okay, always you have positive feedback more than the negative feedback. Okay, so that will give you the some enhanced fine-tuned relevant documents. Okay, and some basic assumption is, okay, if you have to run this relevant feedback as an implementation, okay, we should have a basic assumption that the user is playing a very vital role in this relevance feedback algorithm. Why? Because he is only judging whether it is a positive, whether it is a relevant document or not relevant document. Okay. So we are making an assumption because only based on the user's judgment, okay, you are finding the document as R and NR, that is relevant and non-relevant. So you just think about how far the user should get equipped in order to judge these documents as relevant and non-relevant. So this relevance feedback algorithm is running with a basic assumption that your user who is going to judge the documents have very good sufficient knowledge about the query and its result and its relevant to classify it. Okay, and also we are assuming that the term distributions across the relevant documents are going to be similar. That is the next assumption. If the you see, maybe the document may be relevant, but there is no terms which are involved in the document, or there is no images which are involved in the document which is self-sufficient to declare it as a highly relevant document. So that will lead to a wrong solution. Wrong modified query will rise up. Okay, and the very important thing is term distribution is very important. Okay, and another interesting drawback of this relevant feedback is, in case if the instead of terms only some images or some multimedia content is going to be available, at the time you can't find the term frequency. At the time, what could be the alternative solution in order to find this term frequency is, you fetch the text which has been tagged, or the text which is given as caption along with the image. That will help you to find out the term distribution of a particular document. For example, if I'm opening Apple iPhone as the search key, but the website that I am opening is containing only the images or videos or some tutorials about some Apple iPhones, there is no much text documents over there. At least you see what was the caption behind that particular document. You just see what is some sort of text which is embedded along with the multimedia content, so that in order to enhance the term distribution, because there is no text in the document. Okay, only multimedia content is there, but our Roche algorithm will see only what? Term distribution. So you see the caption, you see the tagged lines which is associated with it. You see the comments which have been given for the particular pictures. Okay, like that, based on that you can proceed with this relevance. Okay, and violation of this assumption. Okay, in case if the user is not having sufficient initial knowledge to judge the document as relevant and irrelevant, if he is leading to some misspelling, cross language information retrieval, mismatch of the search vocabulary. Sometimes we will search for something, but we will don't know what is the word we have to search. That is the insufficient initial level of eligibility for this particular Roche algorithm. So that will be the biggest drawback of this algorithm. Okay. So these are all some of the same. See over here some examples, some thesaurus meanings you may not be clear with. Okay. So such type of irrelevant knowledge will lead to the violation of these assumptions. So many online search engines are making use of this relevance feedback system in order to enhance their search. So we'll go for the next topic. Okay. What is the time now? It's 9:42. Acha. I'll give you a small topic. We will see the problems based on this in the next class. Okay. So now that you are being given as an IR system.
Class starts at 9:50, like 9:45 is the thing. So
Yes,
can
yes.
you
I
start?
have I have 2 minutes of time. Wait, wait. If you have class, you can just leave. No problem. Recordings will be available. Okay. I know every class are getting rushed. I'll just give you the introduction of it and we'll wind up the class. Okay. You have been given an IR system. You are able to judge whether a document is relevant or non-relevant document. Okay. Now, based upon this relevant and non-relevant calculation, how you can evaluate the overall efficiency of this IR system. Usually, an IR system is going to be some search engine is going to be there. It is going to find whether the document is relevant or non-relevant. Okay. Some thousand times I'm just giving some query. This IR system is retrieving some thousand times several number of relevant and non-relevant data has been fetched. Okay. Now how you can evaluate that information retrieval efficiency? We have several parameters: precision, accuracy, recall, F score, MAP. Several methods are available. One of its type is kappa evaluation. Okay, kappa evaluation, so that we will see these topics in our next class. Okay, so what is precision and what is recall, accuracy, MAP, and then use kappa measure. Very simple problem only. Okay, so we'll see this continuation in our next class. So obviously we will have it on Friday, so we will see over there. So dear students, if you have any doubts, please stay back. Otherwise, just type in your register number and you can leave the class. Yes, thank you students. I'll stop here. I'll stop recording. Yes.